My girlfriend never came home after a night out. I think she's lying about where she was.
Or she might not be your girl. Also, before we start the stream today, Annette, let us know if you're here for the mystery wheel that you're going to get. Let us know when you're here, and we'll spin that freaking wheel at the end of the story.
We have a debt to pay. One Mr. E wheel spin of the Mr. E wheel company.
Yes.
Okay, let's get into this story. My girlfriend is unemployed and occasionally goes out on weekends, or I'm sorry, weeknights with her girlfriends in a major city by me. We've been dating 4.5 years and living together for 4 of them. Whoa, a lot of red flags at the top of the story. That's great. By the way, this comes from user throwaway453am. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK storytime subreddit. So, her email alerts come through on our shared iPad. It's always the shared iPad. And I saw that she took an Uber ride. And it looks like she dropped her friends off as well because the Uber route passes their homes. She was dropped off outside my apartment at 2 a.m. I received the alert afterward and became suspicious. I can use Find My iPhone on our iPad, and I can see that her phone is close by, about 4 blocks away, on the same street. Uber says she was dropped off here. Where I live, it's all dense apartments, and I can't just walk over there to see what's up. It's likely there are several apartments in the building where the GPS says she is, and the GPS could also be off by a building or two on either, say, front or back. Okay. I'm freaking out. I've called and texted beginning at 4:45 a.m. with no reply.
Sorry, bro. She's busy right now.
Can't come to the phone. Can't come home.
Oh, that hurts. That's gotta hurt. Hey,
I mean,
but
we know.
It sounds like you can maybe do better already, though, from what I'm reading here.
I read unemployed.
Unemployed, out at 4 a.m. on weeknights, cheating on you. It's only up
weeknights?
from here.
I thought that was weekends.
No, weeknights.
Oh,
right. That's the other.
No. Put it on the resume.
It's Tuesday, girl. Like, chill.
It's any day that ends in
maybe
Y.
She's looking for a job at the clubs. Maybe that's what it is.
I do know someone that has a job at a club.
Yeah, they do employ people. So maybe this is all just a big misunderstanding.
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's your sister, so that's how I feel about it.
It's funny because it's true. She actually like.
This key on. Walking right into it.
We need just a video of someone just like running like into like a pole of some kind.
Yeah, but
like the stop sign.
Yeah, it's your sister. How do you feel about it?
What a setup, dude. What a setup.
I feel great about it because I get to cut the line, get free drinks. I feel great.
I feel great about it too, actually.
It's nice. When you put it like that,
it's amazing. A perk.
It's one of the best dates. It's like, oh man, the VIP treatment.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, hey, look at that line. Look at that line. That line sucks for those people.
Yeah, she's working the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've called. I started calling and texting beginning at 4:45 a.m. with no reply. I've called each of her girlfriends twice and no one has picked up. I'm so worried. Is she okay? Is she cheating? Ding, 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 ding. Seriously, guys, any advice right now would be really helpful to me. My heart is beating out of my chest. Do I call her more? Do I wait? Do I call the police? And there's an edit for clarity here. Major update. Her friend just called. She said she spent the night with her. This is a clear-cut lie. I'm getting off Reddit for a bit, but we'll update after we speak. I'm doing my best to be composed right now as you type this in all caps. Wish me luck. And there is an update here.
The friend's covering for her, but it's not the truth. It's 2 liars now.
We know exactly what's going on here, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Don't we, gentlemen?
It's sort of like, hey Dakota, my girl's gonna call you. Could you like let her know I was with you last night? It's that whole thing.
And then I'd be like, Riley, why are you trying to make me a duplicitous fellow?
Oh my gosh. Not calling you. I'll go Keon. Keon, was I with you last night?
Sure. What did we do? We did a lot of weird stuff.
Damn it, dude. These guys are useless.
Yeah, we did a lot of weird stuff last night.
God. I don't even know who to call anymore. I have no one to call. Everyone's just so accountable.
All right, well, you can call her, whoever this girl is in the update.
Oh, no.
Okay, so update. This is insane. Her friend called me and said that they all stayed at the friend's apartment, and Uber and iCloud tell me that's a lie. So I asked to speak with my girlfriend and was told, oh, she just left. Yeah.
But according to my GPS, she really actually did not leave yet.
The receipts are
You
right
got
there.
the GPS, then they'll just be like, oh, her phone got stolen.
According to that.
Yeah. By a really great guy. So I called her phone and she did not pick up. I'm watching iCloud. The phone has not moved. I think her friends just nailed her coffin shut. In any case, coming from the friend's apartment, she can only come from two directions. The place where iCloud says she is in a different direction. When I see her start to move, I'm going to wait outside around the corner and catch her walking back from an impossible direction based on the story she's going to try to sell me. And there's another update, which, by the way, guys...
Bro, throw in the towel. It's ready to leave. It's ready to go.
Exactly. Is this doing too much? Like, I feel like you have all the evidence that you need to make a decision about
honestly,
what she was doing.
At this point, I just want to see how far they would go. Like, just play with them. Yeah.
Like how good of friends they are?
Or how committed to the lie
How big of a lie they can do. Like, oh, yeah, we fought off a bear, too. And
yeah.
That's why she got these marks on her neck.
Because the uncertainty is gone.
She fought a Nosferatu.
Dude, these guys.
She found herself a count. There's a mysterious...
We saved her.
Independently wealthy European man.
Romanian.
Who was pretty stinky, not going to lie, but there was just something about him that was so magnetic.
I thought he was Romanian.
I don't know. I don't even know. I think the country he came from is like fictitious.
Romania.
It's like an old country.
Romania.
In the movies.
Romania.
Was it Romania?
It's
it
Romania.
was like a subsection.
They literally said
Romania.
modern day. Yeah, it's like modern day Romania, but back in the day, it wasn't Romania.
Yeah. But that's what
Romania.
Facts.
Romania.
Whatever.
And I know where my vampires come from.
Let's just keep calling the Dodgers the Brooklyn Dodgers then, if that's what we're... Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go. We're going to keep going. Okay. Here's the update. Her friend called me at 9 a.m. and sounded frantic. Oh my God, your girlfriend came back to my place last night and just fell asleep. We both got really wasted. So sorry that no one called or texted you, but I knew this was a lie. Because this friend's apartment is nowhere near the apartment 4 blocks up the road from me. I have no idea whose apartment this is. I said that's okay and asked to speak to my girlfriend, but was told I couldn't because she just left. Typically, it should take about 20 minutes to get from friend's apartment to my apartment. More than an hour goes by and still no girlfriend. I decided to call her, and I could hear that beep at the end of the ringtone, signaling me that she's on the other line with someone. I watched her on Find My iPhone leave the mystery apartment, stop on a street corner for about 15 minutes, then proceed to walk a different route. What she was doing was buying some groceries.
It wasn't groceries, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, it sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. It's definitely not plan A.
It's a plan to deceive. A conspiracy of the highest order.
She's probably also getting OP like some snacks, like, oh, I got you breakfast. I love you. Here's a coffee.
Imagine she's actually getting breakfast for the other guy.
That's what she's doing.
She's gonna get groceries and then walk back to the affair partners.
She's thirsty.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, she's been living with this guy for 4 years and she's doing this to him.
Yeah,
she's got no job. No, it doesn't sound like she's trying to get one.
But this is how rom-coms happen.
This is like the beginning.
Have we ever thought about the other side of the story?
Yeah,
it's a wrong.
Okay, so groceries. So when she finally did walk in at 10:15 in the morning, her excuse was, sorry, the shuttle was super slow today. Plus, I stopped to get some fresh fruit. No apology, no nothing. She's acting like I'm a psychopath for caring where she had been all night, even though it's uncharacteristic for her to stay out all night. In fact, she usually calls or texts me when she's on her way home from the city. Okay, so we go inside and I say, why don't you tell me about your night? She goes, oh, we just went to the club. That's it.
In the club, we're all fam.
In the club, we all cheat. That's her. That's her motto right there. I watched this be a left like just a curveball out of left field, like not cheating. I asked if they stayed there all night. She told me that she stayed there pretty late. This is another lie. Uber says she was picked up at the club at 1:50 a.m. and the clubs here close at 4. On a typical night, she'll come home between 3 and 4 a.m., so I ask if they went anywhere else. Nope, we're pretty wasted, so we went straight from the club to my friend's apartment. When I got there, I passed out on the couch. This makes absolutely no sense because the Uber receipt clearly states that she was dropped off at my apartment. At this point, I say to her, are you sure you're telling me everything? And she gets heated. F you, I already have a father and an overprotective brother. Why the F can't I just go out with my friends for one night without you all over my butt about it? Side note, she goes out with her friends alone 2 to 3 nights a week, and I let that happen. It's not like she doesn't constantly go out with them.
Why aren't you going out with them?
That is, I was going to pause really quickly to be like, this is partially OP. This is kind of your fault.
Is it though?
Because
I mean, he's trusting.
You have been dating this girl. I don't know how long she's been employed, but you've been living with her for 4 years.
Okay.
Her not having a job, her not having any responsibilities, at some point you have enabled that behavior to continue.
You have enabled it. I think he's in the clear now. Also, she's going out on weekdays.
Yes.
He can't be going out on weekdays all the time.
Yes, she can, because she don't got no job.
He. You
right,
asked why
he's employed.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I think you made my point.
Huh?
You made my point. You guys asked why is he not going out with them?
Oh, no, I mean,
because he's employed.
Yeah, because he's got responsibilities to live up to. Because he's.
Do we know how old they are?
He doesn't go out because he likes tracking her on the iPad so much.
According to my statistics,
I don't think we have ages.
We don't have ages.
I would assume this is 20s, early 20s.
Early 20s. He doesn't know any better. This is how all relationships are to him.
To move in 6 months, because they've been together 4.5 years. They've been living together for 4 of those years. So they moved in after 6 months of dating.
Oh boy.
Which really doesn't sound like, I mean, that sounds like young, early 20s activities, honestly.
I couldn't do that.
It's a pretty brief period before you go into straight up living together.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, we're getting into some confrontation here, I think. At this point, I tell her about the Uber ride receipt and show her screenshots of the Find My iPhone application. I show her a journal of the things I attempted to do to get in touch with her and explained how worried I was. Her response was, F you. Why the F are you accusing me of this crap? I constantly try to tag myself on Facebook and it shows up as the wrong location. My phone is all effed up anyway. I'm not lying. I went right to friend's apartment. Okay, so why does Uber have confirmation that you were dropped off here? And this is where the story breaks apart. Well, we dropped all the girls off at the apartment first, and then Uber took me here, but I couldn't find the apartment keys anywhere, so rather than calling you and waking you up or ringing the buzzer, I decided to just walk to friend's apartment, which is bull dookie.
Why is she making it more complicated?
Probably at this point,
like I said, let's see how big this lie can get.
She's hobosexual.
Really?
She's got no job. She's been living with this guy for 4 years. What happens if they break up?
Ooh.
She probably didn't even think about that. She thought
she could move in with her dad.
I don't see how these people don't read like their matches whatsoever.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I have a journal of the things I attempted to do to reach out to you, and clearly is responsible enough to provide enough to for both of them to live there. And she is going out to the clubs on a weekday,
Yeah.
cheating on her man with terrible excuses.
Terrible.
There's a disparity.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was in a simple club outfit with no jacket. It was 14 degrees last night.
You know what they say?
Yeah.
O's don't get cold.
Oh, you can't say it? You can't say what Cardi B said? Say it.
You say it. I already said my say.
Thought he never get cold. What?
I was just amused. I was like, oh wow.
You were like, I didn't know you had that kind of range.
Wow.
The streets and sidewalks here are literally sheets of ice. There's no way she walked for 35 minutes at 2 in the morning in 6-inch heels in those conditions through the ghetto in 13 degrees. No chance. She tells me I'm an a-hole and need to believe her. She tells me she's telling the truth. She even says, check my phone. And miraculously, there's no call log of whoever she was speaking with from around 9:45 when I tried calling. And there's a full text convo of her speaking with her friend about how they spent the night at friend's apartment.
Then you had the wrong number.
Well, clearly, with this completely not manufactured evidence, I must forgive you. There's no other explanation.
Yeah, you just show them your phone and her phone and be like, what? There's something missing here.
Yeah, be like, I literally had your location. Do you not know how locations work? Which, funny enough, I didn't know how locations worked until like less than a year ago, honestly. I thought if someone had my location, that they also just had mine. I thought it was like always reciprocated, and I did not know that.
Yeah, no.
So, anyway.
How did you find that out?
Kelly.
Nice.
Mind you, these texts are all sent during the time period where I see her on Find My iPhone, leaving the apartment to hang out on a random corner. These girls were straight plotting. So I calmly told her that I'm not buying it and that I'm ending the relationship immediately. Yes, good. I packed a large bag in front of her with my clothing and laptop and am leaving within the next half hour. She's basically pretending this isn't happening. She's acting cool about it. She's just saying in a normal speaking voice, well, if this is what you want to do, I won't stop you. So that's that. I think that she thinks I'm going to watch. I think she thinks I'm going to flip at the last moment and stay. I think that she thinks she can push the limits and win. I'm not wrong, right? No! You are not wrong.
Yeah,
you are
you're
doing
not
the
wrong.
exact right thing.
Yeah.
If Find My iPhone says you're up the block, don't tell me you stayed a 10-minute car ride away. The GPS is not inaccurate. This is effing reliable science. I don't know what will happen to me from here on out. I've got a 6-month expensive gym membership I need to deal with. We had a mountain trip and Florida trip planned within the next 30 days, plus all of our friends overlap. In any case, I don't know if she cheated, but I'm 99.999% certain that she stayed somewhere else and is actively trying to cover it up. I think that might be some coping mechanism. What do you think that, I mean, clearly, I know what I think. Riley, what happened that night?
We know what happened. We know what happened. If you really want to get some more information, we'll see how loyal your friends are.
Yeah, I mean,
$100. Hey, can you actually tell me what happened?
To who, the girlfriends?
Yeah.
I think you think bribery.
I would do
I
that.
think that would work.
If this isn't enough evidence for me, which it already is, I would go and bribe. I'd try and get some information. Be like, hey, like I was really worried about, my girlfriend. Can you kind of like tell me what happened? Because like, so some other stuff has not been working out really well. I don't know. I would figure out a story. Here we go. We have minds. We're going to use them. I would figure out a story where the girlfriend maybe might be doing something mean to one of the girlfriends. Be like, yeah, I saw that she had like these certain type of shoes at her house and they weren't really hers. And then that person's like, I'm missing a pair of shoes. Or like, oh yeah, I have this dress.
So that
like,
one
I'm
takes,
missing
you
this
have
dress.
to plant, first you have to take the shoes. Then you have to pin it on the girlfriend.
Ooh, Tony
There's
asks.
a couple of layers
If
there.
money isn't working, we do this.
Tony Cooper asks, "Are the friends single?" I would assume so. If they're going out
They're going out to the
Yeah.
club
The club 3
Where they're all
nights
fam.
a week at least.
I want to say so.
on a weekday. They're looking for their man.
I think
They're
so.
looking for the man. They're looking for another OP that can just like put them up in an apartment for 4 years and then they can go out and cheat on them. That seems like the
Ooh.
vibe.
Oh,
Sorry,
for the
buddy.
next mate.
It sucks, but you know what the good news is that you can just move right on along.
There you go. You have life.
Mm-hmm. So she's actually trying to place blame on me for being possessive. I was called a psycho and a stalker, and she's acting like it doesn't even matter if I leave. F this, I'm out. Nice. And by the way, we never want you to say F this to us because you can constantly listen to full episodes with stories like this. All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from, and just search OK Storytime. And then you can have 47, maybe even 48 at this point.
Now. It's 48.
48 days worth of consecutive podcast
Oh, wow.
content. Yes. That's
We're up.
24 times 48 hours. At the least.
Yes. No breaks.
Excuse me?
So we do have a little bit more story left. Honestly, I think he's got the right mentality.
Yeah.
here.
Get out of there, dude. Get out.
It's-
Enjoy your friend. I don't
you know.
know. I know you got some trips coming up. Make the most out
Yeah,
of it.
go on those trips. I mean, if they're not like, like built for romance, take somebody else. I don't know. Like,
Take us. We'll go with you.
I'll go with you, OP.
Yeah.
I
take
will.
him. Boys trip.
Boys trip.
Yeah, and this person was not the right one for you anyway. You need someone who is,
Employed.
or at the very least, like
Respectful.
thoughtful
Yeah.
in any way. Like
Smart. Could actually get away with cheating
this,
the right way.
this really started with OP being worried.
Seriously.
OP was like concerned, like, what? Where's my girlfriend didn't come home? Where is she? She usually gets back. Oh, why?
Yeah.
And then it just devolved into, oh God, it's this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
Now let's finish this story. If you've got any criticism or kind words for me as I start my new life, please comment. I'll come back on once I get to my parents' house later this afternoon. My plan is to live there until I can figure out new living accommodations. Finally, thank you all for the advice and tremendous amount of support this morning. I was in a really bad place and don't know what I would have done without relationships. I feel like I was having a panic attack. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And that is the end of that story.
All right.
Honestly,
Good move.
get tested. Who knows how long she's been cheating on you? This might just be the first time that you caught her. You never know.
Oh.
This
Ooh, good
might
point.
be just the first time.
Good point.
You already have the conviction to just move forward, which is what you need because she's just clearly, and I think the reason she might be so cool about this, where it's like, because she's kind of in hobo mode right now. She's probably thinking, well, I can just go to the guy I was with last night. I'll just go to his place. I don't know. She might be thinking that. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you don't have to think about her anymore because that's over.
That's over.
Just like this story.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to the next one. Should we spin the wheel for Annette?
Yeah, Annette is.
I don't think
Annette
she's here, but
think
I
she's
think we
here.
should start it off.
Yeah,
We should start it
we
off.
can always post the Annette's wheel in the
Wanna do it?
Discord.
Or should I do it?
Should we do rock paper scissors -1? Since
All right,
it's
here
your
we go.
favorite.
Ready?
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
Minus
no.
one.
No, no.
Yes, I won.
I got distracted by the worm on my thumb.
so
No excuses.
stupid.
You lost.
Oh my gosh. All right,
You
here we
never
go.
go double.
This is for
Wait,
Annette.
do you want to spin it? Do you want you to go to spin it?
No, I
Wait,
spin.
what? Yeah,
Oh.
that
I
we just
won.
played.
Okay.
Wait, wait. Let's gaslight Riley. Riley, do you want to play rock paper scissors
Mystery
-1?
wheel.
Oh,
What's that hitting?
oh,
Don't worry about it.
You like sped
Oh.
up somehow.
oh! Now flip it.
Oh.
Dear God, I'm scared.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a big old 50.
Right off,
Big
right
old
off.
50.
Look at that.
Big
Wait.
old little 50 piece.
Whoa!
Jumping Jehoshaphat's.
Dude, that was
Goodness, great
scary.
googly moogly.
All right, 50 new members.
50 new members.
And then we have the one,
Wow.
the freaking only
Mm.
put it in the chat. But oh my
Mm.
god, dude, did you see how close I was to that too?
I still can't hit it. Yes, you were. You were very close. Which, you know what? We might just get another one right now.
I'm gonna get the 50 new worms going though.
Okay, I'm going to read some.
Wait 1 second. before you do that. You know
I think I do.
Okay, I'm gonna let Dakota spin this wheel right before we
Spin
get
a
into this
second.
next story. Here you
Oh,
go.
okay.
So-
Could you put it on Dakota real quick?
Yes, sir.
I have a little spread of Dinashons here. Okay, so. Oh, and you know what? And we're at another 30. I didn't even notice. We're already there. Look at that. All right, folks. I'm going to put the mic up here so that we can hear the beautiful noise of the clickety-clack. And here we go. This is Hannah's wheel spin. Mr. E. Wheel. Oh, whoa. What is that noise? Ooh. Trying to diagnose what's going on there. And that is a 1.5.
Keep it.
So for every
Dear God.
dollar, $1.50 will be added to the wheel.
Yes.
That is a 1.5 times multiplier.
It's on.
Thank you, freaking Hannah, for that.
And thank you, Hannah.
Let's read these donos. Here, give me half.
Yes, here, I will give you blink. There you go.
Boom. All right. Thank you, Vix Mix, for the 10 gifted memberships. We freaking love you, Auntie.
The auntie of all time. Steffi, thank you for the $8. Shout out to Lisa Marie for bringing sick kids happiness in their darkest moments.
Oh.
Okay,
Thank
hey.
you, Lisa Marie.
Shout out, Lisa Marie.
And Felisa Wilson, thanks for becoming a knight. I guess that's
Felicia.
my cousin.
Felicia.
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 Felicia, and you can put it in there.
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
I love that animation. Did that get
Uh,
added to?
It got added to it.
Okay,
Hannah's
we'll
donation,
take
the
out that.
101.
Yeah, I will.
101 Dalmatians is a great movie.
Take out.
Used to really scare me, her crazy
remember that.
face, the Cruella de Vil eyes. Wow.
I thought we got rid of that.
Yeah, me too.
Did anybody else get scared by that?
375.
Thank you.
Used to terrify
All
me.
right, and Karen, thanks for becoming a member of the freaking night. And we had a technical glitch, everyone. We are going to fix it. And it looks like it now tells us who was gifted on there. Sweet. That's
Ooh,
awesome.
nice.
Let's go. What's up, Jason?
Yeah, we can see who gets it now.
What's up, Maria?
Let's
What's
go.
up, K Bargy? And VixMix just donated. Should be coming in here in a second. Called it.
Bang! Bix Mix, thank you for the $25 Ronies. Love the boys stream, and Auntie Vix Mix loves you too.
Aww.
We love you, Auntie Vix Mix.
Love you, Auntie.
We love you.
Yeah. Thank you for feeding
And
the
Auntie
children.
Vix Mix loves you too, stream.
There we go.
Yes.
There we
We
go.
have such a good
Yes.
community.
Did you?
I updated
I
it.
will
yeah.
always flex our community.
It was like 7:45.
Community's so
and you
cool.
Took it away from the 7:45.
Yeah, I took away the 3.
Yes, and everyone in the comments, tell me what weird movie. I saw Alice in Wonderland scared somebody as their kid. What was your weird, like a weird thing that's like a weird movie that scared you? The Brave Little Toaster.
Ooh,
Scared me.
I got it. It's that
You ready for this one?
It's that Russian movie.
Whoa. Oh, Anastasia?
Yes, I
Whoa.
hated Anastasia.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
All right.
Hannah again.
Dang. Okay.
$75. Wow.
But I hated
Just dead silent.
For me, it was Ants, the movie Ants.
Yeah, they dropped a GD in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I remember that. My mom wouldn't let me watch. Well, she didn't care, but she's like, "They really just say GD in that movie?"
Wow.
Yeah, but I
Hey,
hated it.
Ants and Ants
Anastasia.
Life.
Ooh, Wizard of Oz? The Never-Ending Story. Oh, dude, Never-Ending Story.
Oh, never.
I love
ending
Ananisha. It's a good
story.
story. It's just the like
Spirited
weird little
Away.
creatures scare me, and I don't think I can ever
Spirited
like
Away.
watch it again.
Fern Gully. Well, Fern Gully makes sense. Fern Gully's dramatic.
It is dramatic.
Fern Gully's
Let's
like
read these two donos.
Animal War. Oh.
then we'll get back into
Simply
this
Rain
story.
3, thank you for the $5. Say hi to Angie for me.
I will.
Hi,
That
Angie.
is
Hi,
for
Angie.
you.
Hi, Angie.
Terry Sapphire Frog, thank you for the $10. Love you guys. We love you
We
right
freaking
back.
love you. And we got one more dono. I'm gonna grab that.
I'm
and
gonna
then
grab. Sophia's head needs to be
we'll figure it out.
over
We'll figure it
here.
out.
Brianna Swinya. Thank you for the $5. Hello, boys. Hello, Miss Swinya. Good to have you here.
Do you get the cherry sapphire frog? Love you guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. And then we got one more.
And then we got Soba Sue. Hey. Shout out for the cool name. Here you go, guys. Thanks for the $5. Thank you, Soba Sue.
Thank you. And
you.
we are going to get to this story.
One more, just up here.
And then Alicia, thank you for becoming a member of the Knights.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Knights.
Here we go. You
Yeah.
ready, Keon?
It is loading. Everything is a little slow.
That's okay.
You are good to go.
All right.
Dakota, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. My boyfriend is furious because my brother crashed on my couch after a party.
I mean, did he ruin the couch, though? Did he keep the shoes on?
Did he piss on the couch?
Oh.
Whoa!
That's what you want to go to. Whoa.
Legally, it would be his then, right?
Claimed. He marked his territory.
I
Claimed
follow
it.
the
In dog
laws of
rules.
dogs and men.
In dog rules.
No, is that why you don't like dogs?
Ooh.
No, wait.
'Cause
Stop
it's
it.
competition.
Is that why?
So, my brother and I live in different parts of the country and only see each other every few months. He was going to be in my town from last Wednesday until Saturday evening, so we made plans to go clubbing on Friday night with some friends of mine. We hung out and came home around 4, and I only have one bed in my apartment, so my brother crashed on my couch. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Slept on the Couch, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, we both woke up a few hours later, grabbed lunch, and went to the airport, and my brother headed back over to where he lives. After that, he sent me a text when he was on his flight. After that, he sent me a text when his flight got in safely, and that it was. Now, my boyfriend and I don't live together, but I stay at his place quite often, or he'll stay at mine. He usually works 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and he came home yesterday morning, so naturally, I was pretty excited to see him. I picked him up, and we came back to my place. Afterward, while chatting, I mentioned that my brother slept the night at my place, and he kind of got weird. I kind of prodded him to tell me what was up because, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what would cause him to go so quiet and sullen.
Yeah, sullen. Nice
When
little
just
vocab.
5 minutes before we were having a flowing conversation. He told me it was nothing, so I just left it and then later asked him again because he was still in a bad mood. He said that he didn't like the idea of another man staying at my place, regardless of who it is, and that it will not be happening in the future. No more men, no matter if they are kin.
Brother, you need to go to the World Champion Insecure contest.
Yeah.
And you will win first prize because that's her brother. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like if there is a man in this world, you probably want her brother to be there.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's such a weird move that I'm his only child, so I can't like fully like be like, oh, I know exactly what I do. But I gotta feel like if someone was like even insinuating at me that I'd have a romantic interest in my own sibling, I'd be like, hey, so we're broken up now, because that's literally unhinged.
And this is the part that's getting me, and that it will not be happening in the future.
Right. It's like
Not
you're right.
Who-
This will not be happening in the future. We're done.
We're done here.
That's crazy.
Goodness gracious.
Ugh.
I really got confused here because it's my brother. Do I need to sit here, Keon?
But you're good.
Okay. I really got confused here because it's my brother sleeping on my couch for one night after we hung out. It's not some stranger or hell, even a guy friend of ours. It's my brother. I laughed it off and said, you can't be serious. You have to be joking. and he got really angry and left my place.
Hey, the trash just took itself out. Good job.
Last night, I got an angry text saying that as his girlfriend, I have to respect his wishes, and while I get respecting that your significant other wants compromise and the works, isn't this ridiculous? I responded asking him why my brother sleeping on my couch was so bad, and he just said it just was, and that a proper girlfriend doesn't let other men stay over alone with her, and that it's incredibly disrespectful to him. More confusion from me because, again, this isn't some dude I brought home. It's my brother.
Yeah, so my immediate question now is, does this guy have siblings? Does this guy have a sister who needs to get a phone call letting her know, hey, I think your brother has some weird undealt with baggage, and I don't know if I would hang out with him.
Yeah.
Because I think he's got a crush on you. Because what is he doing?
Poll breakup or therapy?
No, this is breakup.
No, I'm breaking up.
Breakup and therapy. This guy clearly
Yeah.
needs to unpack his own brain.
Yeah.
Because this is nonsense. And if she doesn't immediately leave this guy, then she needs to unpack what would make her stay. Because I gotta say, like, you have all brothers, don't you?
Yep.
So but still, it's like it must be easier to conceptualize, like, somebody just having a issue with your sibling. Just someone having an issue with your brother being over at your house. Take away the context, period.
I have had girlfriends have issues with my little brothers being too much, and they just kind of like ignore them or like, I don't know, kind of be rude towards them.
You've got the range. Yeah, I forgot about that for a second.
That is range. Well, I mean, I have a brother named my age too, but this is weird. And
extremely.
Did everyone say breakup? I'm just seeing breakup, and boyfriend goes to therapy. Angie says
the best
best
of both worlds. Should we just call that the Hannah Montana from now on?
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, when it's both of the options on the poll, we just call it a Hannah Montana.
That's hilarious. I love that. All right. So I tried talking to him after this, but I got a message saying we'll talk when he's composed himself. What am I to do? I really love my boyfriend, but this is just confusing and I don't know how to react. Also, I should know I've never had any other guys alone in my place. Literally only my boyfriend, apart from my brother, has ever been with me alone there. The only other guys I've been there have been if I have a small group get together, and that's quite rare.
Wait, this is OP's place?
This is OP's place, yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Insanity. Breakup. It's breakup time, girl.
Breakup. Dump him. So we got to edit. Okay, so my boyfriend and I have been texting the past hour or so. What do you think he said? Do you have any guesses?
What he's saying?
Yes, like why he feels this way?
He's just being like, duh, I can't accept that other men exist. So I just, that's me though.
Okay. That's him.
That's what it sounds like.
I think an issue in his past happened, and that's why he feels this way.
Really? No, I think he's just hyper
Might
insecure.
be from Alabama, dude.
And he's also probably trying. He's trying to pull a power play. It feels very like
controlling,
alpha male. Like, this is what a guy, like a real man in a relationship, demands from his partner. And it's like, by the way, all those guys are just trying to sell you a course, and it's stupid. Just be present with your partner and trust them, at least with their siblings. What are you talking about?
Facts.
This guy has just showed you that he's trash. That's all.
Okay, so my boyfriend and I have been texting the past hour or so. He sent me a hey, and I was kind of in a pissy mood after he brushed me off last night, So I simply replied with the, "Are you ready to talk?" He replied, "Okay." So I asked him what the deal was with my brother sleeping on the couch. He's not some random guy from a bar. He's not even a friend. He's not even a guy friend. He's more than that. He's my brother. I grew up with him. And there's absolutely no reason for him to worry or freak out in that situation because it's my brother of all people. There is literally nothing threatening in that situation, not physically towards me or towards our relationship. His response: I just am not comfortable with that. I know it's your brother, but I think there are boundaries that should be in place. Why didn't he go back to the friend's place he stayed at on Wednesday and Thursday? My response: you're not answering my question and just telling me what you told me last night. Also, my apartment was closer to the club than his friend's place. Him: we've been together for some time now, and I think as a couple, it looks bad when you let other guys stay over regardless of who they are to you. I would never do something to you like that, and I think it's only fair that you reciprocate that. It's hard to explain things because I know you can't see them from my perspective. Continued: you shouldn't really need other guys so close to you. Why couldn't you just put your brother in a cab and send him on his way just like we normally do with all our other friends? Anyway, I'm in a meeting right now, and I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your day, babe. Bye. We got an edit too. I like the part where he didn't answer any questions.
Yeah, where he
That
just
was my
made this
favorite.
all your fault. Where essentially he's just like, yeah, it's actually just you being incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he not know what a brother is? Is he confused? Did he hit his head recently? Like, are we like what are the passable excuses for like thinking this way? Like, are there even any?
No.
Like-
no, it's just insecure. It's coming from a place of insecurity.
It's
Or is thinking some really messed up things.
Did we get
And not trust. It's not even trusting his girlfriend.
did
yeah.
we get context as this is like his first relationship?
I don't know. I don't think we have that, but it's like, regardless, he needs to find another one, and it shouldn't be with UOP because if this is what he's doing now, like just imagine the other things that are going to come down the line.
Oh, gosh,
like
dude. Okay, imagine
if he
whenever
feels
you
like
have
he
kids.
has, yeah.
Cat from TikTok. It's a control thing for him.
Mm.
It's a control thing, obviously, 100%.
Facts.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Everyone's just saying the same thing. He's trying to isolate her and control her.
Ooh, get her away from the family.
I mean,
If I were the brother, I would punch this dude in the face.
And
And I don't condone that, but like,
Sandia, thanks for the $10. Imagine if
Rude.
Sophia was dating this guy, he'd be in the curb less than 10 seconds. Yeah, Sophia don't mess around with that though.
yeah.
yeah, can you? It's true. It makes no sense.
makes no
It's
sense.
nonsense. It is nonsense.
And Tracy says it's going to get worse.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a bunch of
He showed
baloney.
you.
Oh, and is that Gina or Jana?
Gina.
Gina, tumor? Maybe.
Yeah, he has a tumor.
Maybe, but this
If he,
feels more
that's
thought
one
out
of the
than a tumor.
only passable, if not
Only
the
passable.
only passable reason.
She should give him a 2-piece combo.
That is hilarious. Edit 2. Everyone, I don't even know.
Good job.
How-
Good job, Riley.
Dare you.
Dyslexia really helped you out there.
yeah, is that secretly your dyslexic
That was like the perfect
superpower?
thing. You're like, oh
You
man, I can read that.
gibberish flawlessly.
Yes, exactly. Everyone, I don't even know how the heck to react right now. This is the first time he's ever acted like this. Ooh, that sucks. He's met my brother before, and they've always gone along so well. Comments. Comment 1. The whole disrespectful to him thing screams that he thinks of you as his, as in property to me. Comment 2. This is pretty disturbing behavior in my opinion. Very controlling and unreasonable. I'd be very wary if I were you. I think you need to get to the bottom of this before your relationship progresses any farther. Very controlling stuff. My only thought here would be, and perhaps this is blowing it way out of proportion, but does he have some kind of traumatic brother/sister relationship thing in his past somewhere? OP replies, he's an only child, so
Yeah.
no chance of any
Traumatizing.
traumatizing brother/sister events in his past. So he probably doesn't even understand how brothers and sisters work.
He's been
like Dakota.
He's been scrolling
On the red.
on the hubs a little too much.
On the red. You want to talk about the red?
No. Steps sis.
Come on, dude. Like, I honestly, it's just like if you cannot trust your partner with their own sibling, if you're gonna feel disrespected by the presence of just another male, regardless of biological relation, then you are not built for a relationship right now.
Yeah,
You have other priorities and other things
I
that
don't think
you
you're
need to
built for
sort out.
anything right now. My guy is trying to pretty much own his girlfriend. He has no idea how
Yeah.
relationships work, and all of that. If that's just how he is with just guys in general, you can't have any male friends along with any male siblings. This guy's out of pocket. This guy, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
need to take some steps away.
It's over. It's so over.
So,
Beyond over.
we got an update though,
Oh God, please.
and we're like
No.
3/4 out.
I already
Ah,
see.
dang it! I read the first sentence.
I read the
It's
first
making me
sentence, too.
mad.
So
Ugh.
against my better judgment, I did not immediately break up with my boyfriend. I tried convincing myself it was a one-time thing. Maybe he was just having a rough patch, and I tried pushing it down. I did not tell my brother what happened, and he replied saying he'd always thought of my boyfriend and him were cool with each other at the very least. He then told me my boyfriend is being nuts, and if I need to crash for a few days, I could come up to his end. So the rest of the week remained tense with my boyfriend, but closer to the weekend, it was relaxed-ish. We went on a date, hung out with some friends at a bar together, and yet for the life of me, I couldn't figure out reasons for his outburst. So on Sunday, I asked him again, now that you seem in a better mood, would it be so bad if I asked what was up last week? And once again, mood went from friendly and relaxed to Arctic. He simply asked me if I'd keep bringing up BS when we were doing okay.
Because it's highly concerning and breakup worthy.
Yeah.
And it was never addressed.
This guy's tunnel visioned as heck, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's like, nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine, babe. I got pretty angry at him and told him to leave my apartment. Since Sunday, I've been stewing and just looking back at our relationship. Sure, I have my friends, but we hang out with them much less. The ones we do hang out with are more his friends and people that he is cool with being with. It was rough, but looking back on it, I started seeing controlling behavior from him that I had never taken up due to either just being head over heels and willing to compromise on everything, and by compromise, I mean roll over and give up. We talked last week, and I gave him an ultimatum, something I never expected to give my relationship. Either you sit and try to talk this out with me like a rational person, no BS answers, and no dodging questions, or we break up. Instead of having a conversation, he broke down, started telling me I was the best thing he's ever had, and that he has issues that he can't even begin to explain, and that he doesn't want to lose me. By the way, you will never lose us if you join us on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime, and what will be there, Dakota?
48 days later.
And counting.
48 days later, and you will have listened to the entire OK Storytime catalog. However, that's 48 consecutive days, nonstop.
Yep.
Good luck.
We have some people who've done it, supposedly.
Supposedly.
On a sprint?
That's what
Yeah.
they said. They're like, 1 week they're like, oh, I'm going to listen to everything. And then the next week they're like, I listen to everything. And it's like, there's no.
I think if you were a real true blue 12 hours a day, you could probably get it done in like 3 months.
I think
Maybe more, a little more.
Anyways,
the only
back
one I
to the
believe is
story.
Awkward Turtle. Awkward Turtle is like the only one I believe.
I could give that to her. Yeah. Back to the story. After you see one red flag, it seems like there's a whole pile of them. How big does one red flag need to be in order to see all the small ones?
I think it's like, it's not even that this is necessarily the biggest red flag ever. It's just more like such a telling indicator that like, well, this isn't a person who's you want to be in a relationship with because he's insecure about your brother and it's more like just like on the basis, like just on the principle that he is a man.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now for him to be like, well, it's like I have all this stuff and all these things, these problems that you can't even begin to understand. It's like, yeah, I can't understand because you're not going to talk to me about it. So if you're literally not going to say anything, if you're not going to explain yourself whatsoever, then there's no way forward.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you do explain yourself, OP still has the right to be like, all right, well, it's nice to know at least where your head's at. However,
Yeah.
I don't think I can be with you still. So really, it's all up to this guy on whether or not he wants to even try to be honest.
Facts.
But if I were OP, I'd be done.
I'd be out of there, girl. I would be out of there. Lexi Loft, I wasn't allowed to have any friends, and it was kind of scary. Ooh, I'm so glad you got out of there, if you did.
Hope so. Yeah.
Hope so. But we got the end of this story right here. Now, I'm sorry if this is the part that makes me seem like a witch, but it wasn't the answer I wanted or deserved. Not when I've been the one rolling over and giving him whatever throughout our entire relationship. So I told him that it was best if we didn't see each other anymore and that he should leave my apartment.
Wait a
Because he was
minute.
about to love bomb you. He was going to love bomb you. There's so many things messed up in my head. You won't understand. Da, 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 da. He's not like, yes, let's talk this out. Yes, here we go. This is going to make some people mad. Yes, let me man up and talk to you about my issues.
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't do that. He just went.
It's an important step.
Which, if you have something like that, great. But it seems like it was about to become a cycle. Did this happen before?
I mean, okay, and
Use your words.
to OP being like, it's not the answer I wanted. OP, you didn't get one.
Yeah.
You literally
There
didn't
was
even
no
get an
answer.
answer. You got an excuse, which is, I've got so many problems. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's the universal human experience. Everyone has a lot of problems. Everyone deals with them every day. Like, if you're in a partnership with somebody, that's someone you can tell your problems to. And to clarify, because I see some people in the chat who were like, this isn't a red flag. And it's like, of course this is a red flag. I'm just saying, in my head, there's, with open communication and like some vulnerability here, OP said the entire relationship was fine until this. If there's real vulnerability and openness here, there is a path forward. However, it doesn't feel like this guy is going to do that at all.
Yeah.
It feels like he said that probably as a cheap attempt to try to manipulate OP into just being like, oh, well, he's got problems.
Well,
So
he left and spent almost 2 hours just sitting in his car in front of my place before leaving when it was close to midnight. So yeah, we broke up. I admit I feel more saddened than relieved. So I'm hoping I don't do something stupid like waste down him or call him over because I'm lonely or something like that. But yeah, we're not together anymore. It sucks, but it had to be done. I think it's the best.
not able to talk to you in a real way, trying to control you by preventing your own brother from sleeping on your couch for a night. Massively insecure.
Okay, we got the ages.
Probably red-pilled, honestly.
And Keon, if we're ever looking for the ages, they're always in the title of the original text.
Got you.
OP is 22, boyfriend is 29, and brother is 24, and they have been together for 19 months, around a year and a half.
Yeah, this is the time to get out now. He's showing you the reality of the situation here.
Yeah, and what's a job that you're 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off?
Like a trucker or something.
Trucker.
Could be overnight work somewhere.
Okay.
Could be like, I know a lot of
was thinking-
underwater welding jobs have a schedule like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Where you have to like live in a little dive bell underwater.
Yeah,
you get paid
'cause
a
of the
lot of money, but it's very
dangerous.
horrific work.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, wait, this guy's 29?
Yeah, no. Him being 29 also is like, now makes the red flag like, well, I'm a lot bigger,
Yeah.
way bigger.
Oh, yeah.
To be
Oh, yeah.
29, be different if you were 21 and you're like, I don't know how feelings work yet.
It makes it's
Mm.
so red, it makes Riley look like this.
Oh, you got it. Sweet. Sweet. Great. You guys got it. Oh,
You go like this. Oh, I'm high
High vis.
visibility.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. I, as a man that is, I wouldn't say I'm pretty good with emotions, but I always want to improve. I have a poster that has a lot of emotions on it, and if I feel one certain way, I will track that emotion and see how I feel.
You'll follow the trail to like the more nuanced emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one
That's a
time I
good
felt judgmental, and then it was rooted. It was like the base emotion was anger. So then I was like, why do I feel angry? And I just kind of ponder on that.
Ooh, that's a good one. I want to get one of those.
I got you, dude.
We should put one in. We need to put one in the studio.
I feel insecure. And insecure comes from a place of fear. Fun fact.
I think that poster like makes you a therapist automatically.
Okay.
You have the
poster is a therapist?
The map of all emotions.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Also, we're getting a lot of comments for the job, oil rig.
Train conductor,
Firefighter.
Yeah. I'm
What
gonna
do you
say
want to show us?
oil rig. I'm saying oil rig.
It's a poster you find on Amazon, guys. All right, look.
I feel like
I'll find it real quick.
I feel like a firefighter would be cooler. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because you have to be like part of a team. I feel like a firefighter wouldn't be that insecure. Who knows? I don't know. Shout out firefighters. You guys rock.
Freaking love you guys.
And girls.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Speaking of the fires,
next story is
Where is
direct
it?
from the subreddit.
you guys want to hear something crazy? Today's the first day where the Palisades fires are contained at 100%.
Wait,
wow.
what did you just say?
The Palisades fires.
You said, today is the first day. Nice.
Yes, today is the first day. Kind of crazy.
100%.
Especially with all that rain. You serious?
Oh, yeah. You have 3 days.
Okay, I can't find it, but believe me. All right, let's do
sorry.
this.
I didn't realize you were looking. Okay.
It's okay. It's
This
perfect.
is direct from the subreddit. Oh, this is direct from one of you.
Usually
Oh,
you...
wait. We had all these
usually-
donations.
Yeah, I was like, what
Yeah,
are you
let's
doing?
read the next time.
What
What you
my
do is
space.
you read the title, and then you say, oh, this is from our subreddit. And then we get hyped.
What do you mean?
Like, title. Oh, by the way, this is from OK Storytime.
Oh,
subreddit.
don't blow it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Got you. Keep the secret. Keep it secret. Keep it
Yeah,
safe.
we have.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Simply Rain, thanks for the $5. The Labyrinth was so scary to me as a kid. I don't even know if it's a kid's movie. I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some disturbing set pieces in there.
Instantanea, thank you again for the $10. Imagine if Sophia was dating this guy. He'd be on the curb in less than 10 seconds.
Instantaneously.
Insatia.
Insatiate.
In Sasha. Brianna Swinya, thank you for the $5. I laughed at the ants movie being scary. My friend just got me ants and an ant farm. It is crazy and cool. That is cool. I've always wanted a good ant farm. I never was able to make one work.
I know what to get you now. Kimberly Hawley, thanks for the $5. Message for my favorite nephews. Hi, Riley. Hi, Dakota. And hi, Cakes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I think you
Happy
printed that.
Tuesday. Aunt Edna, thanks for being a member for 1 month. Love you guys. Excited for more stories to come. Hey, welcome. We're excited for you to be here for many more months to come.
Yes. Mogary, thank you for the 125 Filipino.
Peso.
Imagine this guy being Sophia's boyfriend and seeing how close she is with Sam and the whole gang. He'd be shooketh.
Yeah, I don't.
There's guys all the time here. Like all the time. If he's like, you shouldn't live with another man. It's like, or like have another man in your apartment. Dude.
This guys, you're saying those guys are here all the time?
I mean, I'm here, you're here, Keon's here, Sam's here, John's here, Christian's here.
Yeah.
He could not be with
Oh
Sophia.
yeah, no. Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, no, that guy would not. It would not fly. Angie, not the Angie. Thank you for being a member for 11 months.
Oh wow,
1 month away from the big one too. Breakup and boyfriend gets therapy. There we go. The Hannah Montana, right there.
Hannah
The
Montana.
best of both worlds.
Hannah Montana.
Grinder Spoons, thanks for the $2. No answer is an answer.
I love that.
No answer is an answer. Yeah, silence is its own answer. Mousy, thanks for the $5. Love you guys. Keeping me company while cooking red beans.
Red beans.
You cook those red
some
beans,
sauce on it.
Mousy.
And Bitsy, thanks for being a member for 1 month. Been watching you all for a few months now. You guys are my favorite.
Oh,
Love you all. And we freaking love you, bits.
We love that you're here. We love the love.
We got one more.
Oh,
Got a couple actually. Do you get this?
Kim Roberts, thank you for the $5. My sons are firefighters. They are not 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That's because they are turbocharged.
And Amy, thanks for the $2. Is John coming? We have questions about his dancing. Amy, we will get to that. And Vix Mix, thanks for the $149. And Sammy, thank you for the $5. Heading into work. Love you all. And we freaking love you.
Much love.
That's
Much love.
Do the title.
I'll check right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My daughter got hurt playing with my husband, but he refuses to apologize.
Also, we might need to redo hurt in the title.
Just say he refuses to apologize.
My daughter
had an accident.
There we go.
My daughter had an accident while playing with my husband, but he refuses to apologize.
Boys don't cry at baseball, or girls don't cry in baseball. What's that?
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. Classic Tom Hands quote right there. Where is he?
Tom Hands?
Where could he be?
Where is he? I'll get him later. He's hiding.
And guys, this is a direct OK Storytime story.
Uh-oh.
This came from one of you.
Uh-oh. Make some noise if that's you.
Make some noise in the chat if you recognize this story. So, sorry for the long post. It is a long, bumpy ride, so buckle up. I am Sally, 39 female, and my partner, John, 37 male. We were in the kitchen hanging out with our daughter, Sandra, female 11, and his eldest and my stepdaughter, Lily, female 17. These are all fake names. By the way, this comes from user Trick Enthusiasm 5818. And if you want to submit your stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, Sandra and John were horsing around, and Sandra tried to get past him. He blocked her path. In the process of him blocking her way, Sandra's hip got slammed into the counter. She was hurt and upset. She ran from the room, and I was worried, and I went to check on her with a gel ice pack for her hip. It looked to me that John bumped into her with his hip when she tried to get by. Sandra also felt him push her with his hip. She was angry at him, and I asked her what it would take to make her feel better about the situation. She jokingly said, I want to get back at Daddy. So I said, okay, let's go. So we ran in there so she could see me get her revenge, so to speak. I ran up to John and told him I got to give him the old 1-2 for Sandra because he bumped into her and she got hurt. I barely gave him just the weakest little tap on his left pectoral muscle. I whispered to him, sorry, I was just trying to cheer her up and joke her out of being mad at you. He said, it's fine. It didn't hurt. I told John that if he just apologized, she would feel better about the situation and it could be resolved. But he made excuses and said everything except I'm sorry I hurt you.
Interesting. Just a little humility would go a long way here, John.
Maybe he has demand avoidance. I've struggled with demand avoidance before.
Avoidance. Wow, that's a therapist term right there.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you would do something until someone tells you to do it, and then your brain's just like, no. It doesn't make any sense. It's an irrational thought pattern. He instead played the victim and blamed Sandra. Bold move. Let's see if that one pays off. I got angry and raised my voice. I will admit that. I have a temper, and I do tend to raise my voice when I get angry. I said that all he has to say is sorry without all the excuses. We know it was just an accident, and there was no ill intent on his part, but he is the adult and needs to show the kids that he can take accountability for his part in the accident, especially since She is the kid, and she got hurt. He just argued with me that he did nothing wrong, and if she didn't try to leave, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. I argued that if he didn't block her way when she tried to leave, she would have been fine. He keeps bringing it back up again when other things happen. Him and I were playing, and I gave him a little smack with the oven mitt. He blocked and hurt his pinky in the process. He made a not-so-subtle comment about how he isn't mad and other people should act like him when they get hurt, and it's no one's fault. I told him the difference is I was apologizing to him and getting him ice for his fingers, though I did say he shouldn't have blocked because he wouldn't have hurt his finger. I also pointed out that we were both adults and Sandra is a kid and she got hurt. That's the point right there that I'm like, hello, buddy, where's your brain?
I don't know if he knows how to father.
This feels like more like an interaction between siblings. You're right. He's acting like instead of like a dad, he's acting like it's like an older brother where it's like, well, no, she wouldn't have got hurt if she didn't try to leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not really what it's about. It's just about making sure she's fine, doing the adult thing and just going, oh, sorry, is your hip okay? And then she'll go, yeah, it's okay. And you go, all right, well, we're okay, right? That's all we were looking for here.
Yeah.
At least that's my sense. So he said that Lily, the older daughter, right? I believe. Can you double check that for me, Keon? That Lily is the oldest daughter.
Yeah, she is the oldest daughter, 17.
So he said Lily saw it too and took his side and didn't understand why I was mad at him. She didn't see him bump into her. She never said that to me or when I was in the room. So who knows what's true? I argued that I was closer and saw it from a different angle and that Sandra felt him bump into her. Sandra is okay, by the way. It was just a scrape, but it may bruise. This just happened last night, so I'm not sure. No serious injuries, though. The issue is that it hurt more than her hip. His reaction hurt her feelings. Yeah, that's the real problem here. Is it's
there.
like, why are we trying to like blame the 11-year-old child when you hip checked her? And you clearly hip checked her for maybe like running through the kitchen or something.
And we're trying to make her feelings, what do you call it? Invalidate her feelings.
You're just trying to avoid any and all accountability or blame for the situation, which is making it worse, my guy. Could have been very quick, in and out, super, super fast, and now we're done, moving on with our lives. John is much harder on Sandra than the other two kids. We also have a son together, a 6-year-old named Jack, who is on the autism spectrum. John treats Sandra like he doesn't like her as much as the other two kids. He's been more distant with me since Sandra was born. He struggled with regular usurin?
Usarian?
Regular user,
I'll look it up.
And was not around much. He struggled with regular
Usarian. Just keep going.
He struggled for a few years after she was born and was not around much during that time. I feel like he missed out on the best age for bonding with her, which would be 0 to 5 years old. We moved when she was 10 months old, and he was feeling a lot of pressure and financial stress at that time, I think. Sandra believes he wanted a son and was disappointed when she turned out to be a girl, and I honestly kind of agree.
Oh, wow.
He rarely tries to spend time with her, and when he does, he's usually mean to her. The stars are not aligning for you, John. This is not looking good.
You got a son eventually. That's weird. I don't know if I can ever understand that. Because my first kid, I would love for it to be a girl. But if it comes a boy, I'm not going to be like, oh no.
Don't have
happy
kids.
To have a son or a daughter. I'm happy with a kid.
If you're not ready for either of the options, then don't have a kid. It's that simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
He rarely tries to spend time with Sandra, and when he does, he's usually mean to her. I've tried to bridge the gap, but to no avail. His behavior towards her has affected her mental health in a negative way. I have told him this, and he doesn't listen to me and often refuses to talk to me about it or blames her because of her bad attitude. But she is the child. He is supposed to be the one that shows her that he loves her, not the other way around, right? Yes, correct. Buddy, you're arguing like you're on even footing with an 11-year-old girl who is your daughter.
Yeah, I saw a crazy conspiracy theory by Slythy Tovez.
Oh?
He may, Slythy Toves, may not think it's his kid. And that is why.
Oh,
he's
you
so
say
hard
I
on
was
her.
gone a lot. I was at the office. Meanwhile, you had a little baby. I don't think it is mine.
Yeah, and Dear Diary, Statham says, agreed, Dakota. I knew a woman who had 3 girls and was super cold. She was so excited when she finally had a boy. Her daughters definitely know he's their favorite.
It's just such a weird thing. And it's like, if that really is like you can't deal with like having a daughter or having a son. You only want one. Go adopt.
Yeah.
Adopt.
You
That's
can't
how
get it
you
wrong
can
then.
guarantee that you get exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Like it's a candy store, I guess. But come on, guys. Like, what are we doing?
I want a kid. Never mind. There's a bit online that I was gonna do, but I'm not.
I want
basically I want the next Michael Jordan. That's what I'm gonna go for.
I'm gonna get Angie now.
Tactical.
Babe,
Tactical.
listen, okay? That's what we need. We need someone that's like their dad or
Babe,
just tall.
he's gonna be unstoppable in the post.
Yes.
Okay.
They have to be tall. My dad was 6'8". We have to have a kid whose dad was also tall. No, non-negotiable.
Anyway, so I feel like he treats her badly because she won't kiss his butt and act like he's some kind of hero, buttering him up with fake praise. I don't either usually, which is why we fight. I am abrupt and honest nowadays, and she takes after her mother, I guess. I love my kids, and I want John to see that he is damaging his relationship with her and me with his behavior. I want to keep my family together, but I sometimes wish I could leave him and take the kids. I can't, though. I will explain why before you all scream, "Leave him! You're a terrible mother for subjecting these kids to abuse." Just listen to my reasoning before you judge me. I have thought of nothing else for many years. I am a stay-at-home mom, and we are unmarried. There is no common law marriage in my state, and I would leave with nothing after supporting him in his career and raising his children for 15 years. I also fear about the way the kids would be treated and cared for during his time alone with them if we separated. John and his parents insisted that we use corporal punishment on the kids, and I refused. John's family are firm believers in the Bible verse, "If you spare the rod, you spoil the child." I also didn't allow him to get physical with the kids. I didn't let his parents babysit at all unless I had no choice because they didn't respect my wishes on the no spanking rule. I don't believe in using physical punishment to teach kids how to behave. I think it reduces their spirit and traumatizes them and doesn't teach them anything positive. Big facts. Big old facts. I mean, I'm just going to say we're in agreement and move forward.
Yeah.
Big facts. I want to keep my family together. The risk of abuse and neglect goes up when parents are separated, not to mention other things like anxiety and substance abuse. I'm not saying having parents stay together and argue often is much better, but sometimes life is like voting for a president. Neither choices are great or even good options, but you have to pick the lesser of two evils. I do still love that son of a little witchy man deep down, even though I also hate his guts most days. John has some good qualities as well. He's not physically abusive. He's a good provider and he spoils us. He does love us all, Sandra too. He just has a piss poor way of showing it sometimes. He is good in the spicy arena, which is what first drew us to each other. At first, it was infatuation and a little spicy chemistry. He usually gives in to what I want, especially when it comes to the kids in the house, which is nice. And by the way, another nice thing that you can do is listen to full episodes with stories like this. All you got to do is go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from, and search OK Storytime. And there you can peruse the plethora of podcast peculiarities as you wish. Just trying to hit some alliteration right there. We do have a little bit of the story left. You know, I'm not a lawyer. I am not familiar with common law and marriage laws and all of this, but it's like, it sounds like you've really done the math on like what's positive and what's negative. I think maybe a conversation with parents, you know, if John's parents, anyone who's part of the support web, the support structure that you have. And if you find yourself isolated from like family, like that's like maybe another red flag there that John might not be, you know, I know that there's two sides to every coin, but it's like, if you really are worried about like abuse, like it really doesn't sound like this is a guy that you want to stay with. If that is something that's even a consideration where it's like, well, we got to figure out which way is the least amount of abuse. It's like if there's abuse in any context, really, that's not good. Yeah. So I would figure out what the laws are, figure out what kind of rights that he would have to the kids. I mean, you're worried about.
So you're saying divorce?
I think if you're at the point where you're like weighing the different sort of variables of like where the most likely source of abuse is going to be coming from, like if you even have to weigh that, I just don't think that's the right guy to be with. I don't think that's a guy that you want raising your kids.
Yeah. And, I agree, but
you know, and at the very least, well, here, go ahead. Like,
I would say therapy in this case. This seems like the first case that OP has been confronted with an issue like this when it comes to, I mean, they probably talked about it before. This is the actual like first case. I'm going to say go to therapy, see where his head's at, see where your head's at, and work on, I don't know, finding a solution together, or that it might be best to have this problem apart.
Yeah. I did kind of, I forgot where she specified like what kind of abuse she was talking about. And it's like, I mean, for me, it's like physical stuff is like the hard line. Like there's no coming back from that. As soon as you are either worried about or have experienced something like that, you have to find the path out of there.
Abuse as in spanking?
But she did say specifically there wasn't anything physical, and it's like more of like the kids being neglected, the kids being made to feel like less than.
Yeah.
There's probably some I'm sure some undesirable, you know, some maybe verbal, emotional abuse going on there. Yeah. And I think at the very, you know, if going through therapy, couples counseling, trying to find a path together, and then you're right. Like
because he just doesn't
know
how to
nothing
dad.
going there.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to dad. Figuring that out, figuring out how to communicate well, because he probably didn't have a good. Like I give my dad props. He didn't have the best role model as a dad. Still like a good dad for me. You know, there's some things he could have improved on, but that's just how it goes.
People aren't perfect, you know, but I do think that they deserve. If there's any doubt at all of their like actual safety, then that's not a conversation. That's like a immediately needing to find a way forward without.
Is there more
that
to the story?
threat? There is a little bit more here.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
finish it off. I am also not perfect. I admit that I contribute to the toxic dynamic in our relationship. I am easily triggered and tend to yell when I get angry, but I try to at least admit to my failings and apologize when I am an a-hole. He almost always refuses to admit any wrongdoing or apologize for any of his often awful behavior. That's not a pretty picture there, OP. That is the ugly truth from my perspective. Sorry that was so long. So am I the a-hole for blaming my partner and asking him to apologize when our daughter got hurt while they were horsing around in the kitchen?
N-O. That
No.
spells.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is just a sliver, like a little microcosm in a much larger issue overall, which is that y'all's dynamic as partners doesn't really seem to be working on all of the levels that really matter the most right now.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
healthy,
I agree.
communication.
No
like
healthy
things
communication.
are always escalating into sort of, sparring matches, whether it's like verbal or emotional or whatever. I mean, the way he's acting with Sandra could even just be a way to get at you because he knows this is something that's going to bother you. It really sounds like you guys are in the midst of like a very combative relationship dynamic.
Yeah.
And he really might be using her as a tool to just make you upset.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so, and I hate for everyone that, your siblings are the golden children and you were not. I don't think there should ever be any golden. I think everyone should be silver or bronze.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Silver or
materials.
bronze. No gold allowed.
But that, or everyone should be golden.
Yeah.
That's the end of that story. You want to hand me those donuts while you get that set up? I hit up John to see where he's at. No response. I feel like that boyfriend trying to find his girlfriend in that earlier story. It's Brittany Beach.
Oh.
Thanks for being a member for 7 months. I have an update on Kyoto. He has 7 toes on each foot. He's a Highland lynx, and his mother has the toes too. So many beans
That's us.
to
Wow.
boop. Love you
We
guys.
made
Kyoto.
that. We made that.
Adorable.
Isn't it
Dakota.
a Maine Coon?
Huh?
Isn't that the cat? Kyoto?
That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a Maine Coon, wasn't it? Didn't you just read that?
Yeah, I just read that down on the top one.
Highland. Oh, he's a Highland lynx. He's a Highland lynx. Is that like a kind of?
I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah.
Grinder
Anyway.
Spoons, thanks for the $5. It sounds like he is finding a way to get physical despite her wishes.
Hey, guys.
Otherwise, it's scary. He feels no remorse for inflicting pain that is abusive. What's up?
For this one, for that story, could we just do a little snippet for a trigger warning?
Yeah,
'Cause
go
that
for
one
it.
does- hold on 1 second. I'll put that in the notion.
Yeah. What should it be?
Um.
Just trigger warning for just like
Hmm.
just abusive relationship dynamics.
I think that works. Yeah, just like neglecting children, and something like that.
Okay. Really quick before we go into the story, we're gonna have a little trigger warning here for it's kind of a emotionally neglectful dynamic with the children and the kind of toxic, emotionally or verbally abusive relationship between the partners here in this story. So, if you don't want to hear anything about that, go to the next one.
Yep, go to the next one.
Good job.
And, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You good job.
Sorry. And Caitlin Cresswell has donated $5. Fun fact from a children's minister: the rod was a tool and the shepherds used to guide their flock, not a stick to beat them with. Corrected interpretation of that verse is they guide and teach your children and has nothing to do with corporal punishment. Yeah. It's so fun. Okay. It's so fun when the Bible is interpreted the right way. Also, I'm just going to do one Bible snippet of a wrong interpretation. So in the Garden of Eden,
Yes.
everyone's like, "Oh, it's the woman that sinned. They're bad, blah 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 blah." But if you read in Genesis, it says here, I had it right here. Oh my gosh. And she
It says here, how about them
wait,
apples?
wait. Oh, then she gave
Hey, how about
the
them
apple, or it wasn't apple, but gave the fruit. And then she gave the fruit to her husband who was with her, and he ate it too. So like,
Wasn't
who was
it a
with her?
pomegranate, actually?
No,
We don't know.
Isn't
Anyways,
that what it was?
not on that. But basically, whenever she ate the fruit, he was like right beside her the whole time. He could have been like, "Hey, stop." He could have said something, but no, he was a beta. And he stayed there and he watched it all happen. And then he threw his wife under the freaking bus.
It sounds like he understood the age-old adage of happy wife, happy life.
Probably, but it's just funny that like, you know, people don't interpret it the way it
Well, yeah,
should
I
be.
mean, you're like, that's the thing about, everything is it's pretty much open to interpretation.
Oh yeah.
Everyone can interpretate whatever they want
That's
from
true.
anything they read.
Anyways, that's my little Bible thing from teaching thing, whatever for the day.
Well, I do have that fun fact about one of the 10 Commandments, but I don't think I can really talk about it because it's like
We'll do it on the next story. Another Bible fun fact.
Dravon Colossus, thank you for the $10.
That's a cool name.
Hey, dog groomer here. I listen to you guys all day
Aw.
while making people's puppers look great. Thanks for doing these streams. I greatly appreciate everything you guys do. Keep it up and thank you. And I don't hate dogs. Don't listen to anybody who says that.
Also,
It's not true. I love dogs.
leave those dogs alone.
Stop
You're making them
it.
look great.
Boo this man.
Boo that
picking,
man.
Boo that
I'm
man.
picking.
Boo.
Picking.
We're booing you.
Give me a story.
We're taking your microphone away.
What's the shame on the circle chart, huh?
We need a little shame
Where does
bell
shame
from Game
come
of
from?
Thrones.
Does that shame come out of fear
I
or
think,
spite?
I think shame comes from disgust. Disgusting.
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 Anyways,
Don't turn it to shit.
we got a story. I just texted John. He'll be here soon.
Is he coming?
He said he's coming in 5. I need to talk to him about that. But
Being
yeah.
disgusting?
Huh?
What? Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, my husband said he'd choose his deceased wife over me.
Oh.
I love comparison because it is not the thief of joy.
Try making a Venn diagram.
What's that gonna do?
That'll at least make
Pros
things
and cons.
clearer, I guess.
Make a pros and cons list.
You have 1 alive. 2 not alive, but was cool. You can put that in the
What's
middle.
In the middle? What's in the
You
middle?
can put in the middle. Cool people. Sorry.
My 34 husband, 37 male, was married once before me. She was his high school sweetheart.
A damn Venn diagram, bro.
Yeah, but what?
That's the best, you guys.
I just
the
thought
best you
maybe
got.
it should clear up why maybe you should pick the partner you're with right now. Look, people are complicated.
You guys
live
read.
one.
Let's just
Sorry.
read. Oh man, that's gonna stick in my head. Someone make a meme out of that one.
That was pretty funny. That was
Yeah.
funny.
Thank you, chat.
Oh man, my 34 female husband, 37 male, was once married before me. She was his high school sweetheart. They started dating their junior year, survived long distance during college, and got married when they were both 23, very shortly after graduating college. By the way, this comes from No Context 77, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So she passed away unexpectedly at the age of 26 from an aneurysm, and it obviously devastated him,
Bro, it's
especially because they were extremely young. They never had children. Uh-oh.
dang. That is
Yeah.
horrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
That is horrific. He contemplated remarrying because he was so heartbroken. But we ended up meeting about 4 years after that. We got married when I was 31 and he was 34, and we have 2 children. Last night, we were at a friend potluck gathering. Everything was going well until one of our friends brought up a new topic that had to do with relationships. She was newly divorced, so it was about her divorce. Oh no, lovely. Others were chiming in with past relationships from high school, college, etc. I had said I never thought I would get married because my luck with men has always been terrible until I met my husband. And I said I felt very lucky to have met him. After a little while longer, my husband brings up his deceased wife.
Sorry, no, we're not laughing at the story. It's because, sorry, to clarify that little giggle, that little chuckle, it's because my my Nana is in the
Oh,
chat.
what's up, Nana?
Again, championing the fact that I do not hate dogs.
What's up? What's up, Dakota's
This
Gam
joke
Gam?
is
Hi,
gone
Nana, I love you.
out of control.
Sorry.
No.
I just read Deceased Wife and you guys started laughing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it was like the worst timing.
It's
We
bad.
both-
Now everyone's gonna be like, Dakota loves deceased wives.
Wow. And now you're
No,
blaming this on-
no, stop. Just don't say that. Just don't say it.
Anything's better than hating dogs at this point.
and now you're blaming this on your grandma? That's crazy.
It's-
bro.
no,
Oh my
I'm
God,
not.
Don't blame it
What?
on Nana. Don't you dare blame it on Nana. I love
I'm
you.
Stop
not.
it. Stop blaming it on her.
I'm not. I'm actively not doing that.
Dakota's Nana's so sweet. She loves me, and she's
Dude,
got
your
this in
Nana's
me.
so sweet. She
she's so
loves you.
sweet.
She does.
I love you, Nana.
She's the best.
She's so sweet.
Anyways, everyone has known he was married before me and that she had passed. He was talking about her and then drops a bomb and goes, if she walked through that front door right now, I'd pick up where we left off.
Ooh. Buddy let the inside thought outside.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
no.
man. That's a thing that you think and don't say.
Yeah,
and then you
dude.
think about it later and you go, wow, what would have happened if I said that out loud?
Yeah,
And
yeah. There are so many thoughts, surprisingly, a lot of thoughts that I think and don't say out loud. And that would definitely be one of them.
everybody has that. Everyone has those.
Yeah.
And there are thoughts that you should not say out loud.
I'm
Wait, do
looking
you
at
have those?
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking at you.
I have those.
Oh, we know.
I
Dude.
have those.
The
We-
dude
we-
that
we're
says
well
he hates
aware.
dead wives?
That I what? That I eat?
Hate.
Oh. Well, at this point, that's better than what I thought you said.
Oh,
Thought you said eat.
wow.
And I was like, that's, well,
Dakota,
yeah,
you
I
don't-
guess.
you don't eat your wives.
Anyway. Keon.
Oh, okay.
If I am being honest, it felt like someone put my heart in a blender and what is this? The old 12'd me?
The old 1-2.
I think it's the one.
That's what this means. It means the old 1-2.
It's the Henry Cavill Mission Impossible.
Guys, we got to be really creative about how we say things because robots are now determining what speech is acceptable. And
That's
I hope
what it is. It's the 1-2.
and I hope they don't get
We've
mad
been
about
saying
that.
12. We've been saying 12 this
The
entire time. You
old
gotta put a
1-2.
space. You gotta put a space between
All right.
the 1-2.
And the old 1-2'd me in the gut as hard as they could. Everyone in the room could sense the awkwardness that followed. To avoid making a scene, I just laughed it off, even though I think it was still obvious that it hurt me. I just felt that if you still felt that way, then why are we married? I've never asked him to get over his wife. I've never had a deceased spouse or even a deceased partner, so I'm unsure how that feels, but I would never say that in front of my new spouse.
Exactly. It's like
Golly.
there's a time and a place. That's something you say to like your best friend who's known you forever. And you're just like, you know what? I love my wife, but low key, if she came back, I'd drop everything.
Yeah.
That's not something you say in the presence of your current wife.
Yeah. No.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yikes. Ugh. After the gathering, we left. I did not speak to him the entire car ride home or barely the entire night. I did tell him that what he said hurt my feelings deeply and that we could talk in the morning. Since I've calmed down because I didn't want to say something mean to him, I ended up sleeping on the couch because he would not leave me alone. It's now the next morning and I barely slept. He is still sleeping. I'm not really sure what to do or say or what he will say. Poll!
Mm.
Divorce or therapy?
Therapy.
Therapy?
Really? I think, yeah.
This one comment isn't divorce worthy.
No.
This one comment doesn't show that he's not ready to have you as a wife.
Well, it's like you're talking about like really intense grief. You're talking about like a really intense emotion and something that honestly, like, I can put myself in that guy's shoes. I can put myself in a position like that where it's like, you know, being in a relationship with someone that just like you're just like in love with and you're like, this is gonna last like forever. And then like if that person just like fell off of the face of the earth, that would have shattered me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter who I met or who I got married to. That would always be in there somewhere. And I think The problem is now it's like that. I don't know how that feels like that was like a couple glasses of wine were involved before you said that out loud.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, it's a huge wake up call too for OP being like, oh, I mean, it's probably not something that is talked about at all openly. And now it's like, now that I know where reality is, I'm unsure how I feel. And that's exactly what you go to counseling for, is to figure out how to make sense of what you're both feeling in the context of like your relationship.
Yeah.
So,
I agree there. He doesn't seem to have the words or have processed it. Do we, Keon, do we know how old they are now?
I'll check right now. But
Thank
we're
you.
getting a lot of therapy votes.
All right,
Therapy
therapy.
is the way.
Let's go.
I'll let you know in a second.
You getting a little emotional poster.
Well, I'll
What
leave
if
that
we
poll
made
up,
an
though.
emotional poster?
and you know, it's like, just to tack on one last thing. She also would be perfectly in the right if she was like, I can't do this, I have to go.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when things get said and you just can't put them back in the bottle, it changes things forever.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it is sometimes.
It's
the way
going to
it is.
be
You got to be careful about what you
Riley,
say.
mid-30s. OP's 34. Husband is 37.
All right, mid-30s. Yo, goodness gracious. I also have a tidbit about therapy in men. Fun fact. I also have tried to reply to as many comments as I can. They were flooding in, and we are into the update right now. I may still try to read them and reply to them. Many brought me so joyous and grateful tears. Also, Booze was not involved in the scene. That he wasn't wasted. My husband is 6'3" and almost 250 pounds. He had eaten quite a bit and had one beer. He was practically sober. Anyway, we talked. I asked him to let me go first and to not interrupt. He doesn't usually interrupt anyways. This isn't verbatim, just a rough sketch of how things went. I'll also include points of some of you without mentioning I posted about this stuff, of course. Me. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be back and forth. I was going to tag you in, but it's not back and forth. I just want to say that I do not hate you for what you said. I understand where you were coming from. She passed, and it was something neither of you saw coming. I could never ask you to get over her or forget her because I know how much you loved her. She was your first love. I do understand that if she hadn't passed, we likely would not be together. And you two likely would be together. I have always understood this. But to say what you said hurt my feelings and embarrassed me. And even though her coming back from the passing away place is impossible, if it were possible, you would have leave me and the children. It was probably one of the worst things anyone has ever said to me. It is clear your feelings about her are still raw and it hurts. And I want to get you counseling. I also want couples counseling very, very soon. He then apologized profusely. Wait, honestly, that was great. That was a great, very calm.
Yeah. This is a very, the only thing that would be more impossible than this situation right now, it would be like if she actually did come back. Like if it was like a Castaway type scenario.
Yeah.
Tom Hands walks in through the door.
I was thinking about
and you're
that
just
earlier.
like, because that is essentially what that movie deals with exactly this. It's like,
and then he comes back to
literally,
reality.
and it comes back and she has to deal with the fact that, oh my God, I have like a whole other life and I have a whole another husband. If I have children, and now you're back.
Yeah.
And they ultimately had to move forward without each other. You know?
That's how that movie, I never got to watch it.
But
Really? Oh, dude, that's a good movie.
oh, oops, dang. Did I?
Yeah,
You've
you
never
did.
seen
You did.
You've never seen Castaway?
Nope. I know what happens.
Wilson! Oh my
Yeah.
God, I just spoiled Castaway. No.
Oh, that movie's been out for a while.
Anyways.
I want to actually do a poll
What's up?
where if your partner said that, like what happened here, if you put
Yeah.
yourself in OP's shoes, would you leave or would you stay? Like yes or no? Like would you leave or stay? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because
sounds good.
because a lot of people are like, I would leave, or a lot of people are like, would I stay? I don't know. What would you guys?
I mean,
do?
that's kind of what our last poll was. I mean, well, I guess it's more, that
Nah,
was
it's
less
more like-
personal.
It's more. It's less personal because divorce or therapy.
Yeah.
But like this is
Yeah,
like
that was specific for OP. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
put that
Let's
poll
see what
up.
the audience
We'll
says.
see what they say. Yeah, but back to
And
the
guys,
story.
it's you vote using number. I see a lot of comments. They're like, "What are the numbers? How do I vote?" It's either number 1 or number 2. Like you just type it in the comments.
Yep.
And it's up right now. So 1 or 2. Leave for 1, 2 for stay.
Awesome. He then apologized profusely, teared up, and said how he did not mean to hurt me and embarrass me in front of our friends. He basically said that he thought about it before he went to sleep and came to the realization that he could have kept it to himself. I mean, I can't be angry for what he thinks. He loved her and fell asleep eternally. His feelings are also valid here. He also said that sorry, I'm just laughing at what's on screen now.
We can't. Yeah, Keon, that was such a brutal. Right at like the
real serious.
the apex
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
emotional
I know. I just wanted
context.
I wanted to see if Riley.
Just throwing up a permanent
Like
Tom Hands
I
up there.
saw him, but I didn't realize who it was until like 10 seconds
Just
later.
give him a high five.
I
Dear
wanted
God.
to reach out and
Just give him a
grab him.
high five. Okay.
Love you,
All
Tom
right.
Hands.
All
Okay.
right,
Push him out of-
wait,
just push him-
go
like-
back. Honestly, please go back. Like a couple.
Yeah, just
I
give him
mean-
a-
I wasn't
give him-
focusing either.
Give him a high five one more time.
Tom, get out of here.
I'll get out.
Thanks. Okay. I mean, I can't be angry for what he thinks. He loved her, and she fell into eternal sleep. His feelings are also valid here. He also said that he would never leave me and the children, and that what he said was just poorly thought out and poorly worded statement.
Yeah.
That he was not thinking clearly, and when he said it, he immediately felt that it maybe came out wrong. I asked him how he would feel if I said that to him. He says, yeah, it's bad, I know. I shouldn't have said it. I wouldn't be happy. I know you aren't happy. I should have apologized in front of everyone as soon as I said it, or not have said it at all. I then asked him to think of the children.
Think of the children.
And said, it's like you saying, hey, children's name, if my not passed away wife walked through the door, I'd pack my bag to never speak to you guys again. And then it really got uncomfortable.
Yeah.
After some silence, I had no idea what to say after that. He asked me if I wanted to divorce. So I asked him why he would think I would want a divorce, just to see what he would say. He says he doesn't know. I didn't answer his question, and he said we needed to look into counseling, that he needed to go to counseling for himself, and that we would go to couples counseling. And if the answer is no, I am not interested in moving forward. This isn't 100% about the comment anymore. I need to know if he's willing to make the necessary changes and to put in the work to fix what he messed up. Because if he were to dismiss my feelings or not want counseling, it means he doesn't think that it was that serious and that he might not think to take me seriously.
Yeah.
I also told him this. Some of the comments also told me to take the kids elsewhere. I agreed with this because it would be difficult to get through this while also parenting. I've got a very young daughter and a son that is a toddler. They are currently with my parents for the weekend, and I will be getting them Sunday night. So, this gives us time to really work. Wow. So this is it's like the little onion. It's like, oh, what's underneath here? Oh,
Yeah.
Or maybe not the onion.
I mean,
orange
there's
peel.
layers. There's layers to
The
the
orange
onion.
peel.
The
It's
orange
like,
peel.
oh, it's a little rotten in there. Oh no. We gotta fix
oh,
it.
you waited a little too long to eat that orange. Getting
Oh.
rotten. Yeah, no, I think it's good to get under the hood. You know, I wouldn't have even thought of like separating the kids
Yeah.
from this sort of event going on right now, if that's what you would call it. But I get that it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
To at least like it gets them away from whatever sort of turmoil might be, brought up or being processed while the therapeutic process is happening. So that's good. And I think OP is approaching this with the right mentality.
Yeah.
Because it is a really complex issue, and it's like I would believe OP as as someone who has said things where it's like, as soon as you say it, you're like, oh, and that was said the wrongest way possible. Like, I know that's not going to be interpreted right. A la, I hate dogs or something.
Yep. South Korea, dogs.
So...
Dead wives.
It's so hard for me to still not fight back about that one. But anyway, yeah, I think this is the right path.
Yep.
We're on the right path.
Guys, look at this poll.
And it's hard.
I agree. And 47% of people say they would leave after this comment, and 53% say they would stay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What would you, if you guys seriously were in that position, what would you do? I think I would talk about it, but I'm like, I don't know where to go from here.
I think if there were no kids involved, I'd be out.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they have a family together and they have
gotta
kids,
put some work
it's
in.
like, you know, we need to
For the kids.
Yeah, think of the children. But also, it's just so hard. Sometimes staying together is bad for the kids.
He suggested he sleep on the couch instead of me. I have nowhere else to go. I haven't told my parents because I really would like to keep this in between me and him as much as possible. Family and friends jump to judge too fast and sometimes offer extreme and harmful advice. And also, it's embarrassing. Luckily, we both have very good insurance that will help out with counseling. I told him that it seems like whatever counseling he got after her passing was not enough and that he was not consistent with it like he should have been. With trauma like that, I personally would have been in counseling for years before I even consider remarrying. He agreed, and he was only in it for about a year and then stopped once he moved away from his hometown. Never got back into it. He also agreed to the individual and couples counseling. He kept apologizing, kept telling me he loved me all day. It was also so difficult to be around him because he kept looking at me. I couldn't think. It was like he would try to say something and then he would just stare and not say anything. With kids gone, there's nothing really to do except talk. So we talked again right before dinner time. He asked me if I wanted him to cook or buy something. I was not hungry, to be honest, so I told him he could pick something up for himself and that I wasn't hungry. And that prompted the second discussion. I realized he must feel very bad because he noticed I hadn't really eaten much at all today. He kept asking me to eat. I wasn't sulking too badly or anything, just doing my usual tasks, but not speaking or eating as much because we're home together all day. He noticed this. He asked me one more time to please eat dinner with him, so I agreed. During dinner, he told me that he looked for counselors himself and wanted me to see if I thought they were okay enough and that he would keep looking. Last stretch. After all that, I told him that we can't really predict anything until we've met with therapists. I don't want him to keep saying sorry. I want to work and change. And then maybe we can move forward, but this is the first step. I don't want to leave him just yet. I am also not saying divorce is off the table. I think he is still hurting from her death, and his judgment is very, very clouded. If he didn't love me, I doubt he would have apologized so many times and looked for counselors on his own. A man that doesn't love me probably would have made me look or rejected going along. A man that doesn't love me probably would have made me look or rejected me going along together. Many people were suggesting this. I do not think he doesn't love me. I thought of this myself, cried about it, thought of my children, cried more. I'm not saying for the kids. I'm not staying for the kids. I'm staying because I want to at least try and fix it. If it cannot be fixed, then at least I tried. We're very close. Some people were asking how close we were prior to marriage. I guess this was a way to gauge the difference between their relationship and our relationship. Maybe to see if he settled. He was always romantic, caring, and sweet to me. He never yelled at me. We've never yelled at each other. When we first started dating, he would plan dates, surprise me, brag to me about to his friends. So that's why I'm very confused on why he would blurt that out, unless it was just very poor brain and mouth coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the number one.
I'm going to say that
Yeah.
one.
That's the number one culprit.
Coming from a guy with poor brain and mouth coordination.
I wouldn't say poor. I wouldn't say
malnourished.
But I will say I did in my youth, in my like late teens, early 20s, there were a lot of moments I had before I learned like how
and
to
late
speak
20s.
right. A lot of moments of being like, why did they get upset about that thing that someone would obviously get upset about if you would think about it for 5 seconds?
Yeah, I would say late 20s too.
It wasn't until like 21. I like late 2021 before I was like, oh,
Maybe
okay.
31.
Okay. And it wasn't even me. It was because of my girlfriend. My girlfriend trained it out of me.
Trained it out
My
of you?
girlfriend had to make me go, hey, stupid. Words can hurt people. I was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Shout out women.
Yeah. Shout out to women.
We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's next month will be International Women's Day. I
Just
found
the
out.
month or the day?
Next month.
Hey, you know what? Women don't need a day, Riley. They get it every day.
But they
need
already
it
have Valentine's
every
Day.
year.
They
No.
got Valentine's Day. They got Mother's Day. That's 2 days. And they need more than 2 days.
Shut up.
That's the character who's dumb and wrong about stuff. Thank you.
Anyways,
Thank
let's
you.
get back to this dead guy's
Bit concluded.
wife. This guy's dead wife, okay? I also told him that I may need to get a counselor for myself. I don't think I need one. Someone suggested this, but I think he needs it more than I do. And because of insurance companies are getting crappier by the year, dude, insurance companies, 3 counseling bills may be pushing in. I don't know. If I do get one, it's because I don't want to potentially resent him or doubt myself. Some people were making attempts to make me doubt myself. Some people were very nasty to me. I appreciate Reddit hiding comments with many downvotes as they may be mean to me, but I couldn't help but click. Some of you are very mean and nasty individuals, and I hope you find happiness one day. I hope that you find someone that you can fall in love with, and then they die 3 years later.
Wait, what?
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 I was picking.
I know. I was like, right. You just picked that up out of nowhere. Oh my God.
You know those things where it's like, I hope you have a
Dude.
wife and kids and a family of 4 one day and they all get in a car accident? Has anyone ever told you that?
Nope.
Someone told me that once.
You technically just told me that now because you looked me in the eyes when you said it.
I just asked if anyone, it's sort of like, has anyone told you that they like your hat?
You're like that scene when Nick Cage is like, have you ever been dragged along the sidewalk and beaten until you pierced blood? He said that. I think I said that deranged enough to where the beep boop AI sensors won't be able to tell what I said.
And late 20s, that's when I said late 20s, mouth and brain coordination.
I mean,
Where's your nana?
There could be another update in the future. Not opposed to making one. Thank you all for your kind words and support. I've also responded to everyone that texted me. 3 people, blah, 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 blah. They basically said the same thing. They can't believe he said that. They feel bad for me, asking if everything is okay. What he said was not okay, etc. He showed me some of the texts with him and his friends, and some made me cry with how kind they were towards me, basically telling him he wasn't necessarily wrong for thinking that, but it would be wrong for saying that. And by the way, it will not be wrong for you to join us every freaking day
every day.
on your favorite podcast platforms when you search up,
Okay, story time.
and there will be how many days worth of content?
48.
Just click there. Just go right now.
Oh, wait.
Right after this.
We just added another one.
Another day of content.
Well, another episode.
of content.
23 more, and it'll be another
Every
day.
we update a day of content. But yeah. Do you think they're gonna make it?
It could. I think it's like, it's hard work.
So messed up.
Like,
What
somebody
were you
made
gonna
a
say?
great
What were you gonna say,
comment.
Keon?
I
What were you gonna say, Keon? Say it. Say it.
They made it longer than the other wife did. You wanted me to say it.
And this is an example of things that you think and don't say out loud.
That's why I said I didn't want to say it.
You
heard me say I didn't want
made
to
him
say
say it.
I didn't make him do anything.
Everybody point at Riley. It's his fault that Keon said this.
Yeah. Shame Riley.
He forced it out of him.
He did. He really did.
He said, Keon, as your boss, I demand you speak your
I
mind.
ain't anybody's boss.
Huh?
I ain't anybody's boss.
You're your own boss.
You're my boss. I'm making you my boss right now.
I don't want to
You're
be
my
your
boss.
You're the boss.
I wanna
Riley
be
is
your
his boss
companion.
after all. See, Joe?
Who is it that tells me exactly what I need to do every day?
Everyone just say
Leanne?
happy birthday to Kelsey. Happy birthday,
Leanne,
Kelsey.
it's Leanne. It's Leanne. Leanne goes, Dakota, have you done this? And you go, yes or no? And
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
whose
okay.
computer is it on?
It's on mine because I'm the only one that brings it up on the computer.
It's his computer.
Because you don't bring it on your own.
It's
You know
boss
what? From
man's
now
computer.
on, it's going to be on your computer.
We're giving him a
I
peek
wanna be
behind
on
the
your
curtain.
computer.
Guys, I
Anyways.
have a real thing to say.
Anyways, back to the story.
Wait.
I told him I loved him as well.
There's it's just in terms of what's going on here, dealing with like the partner who's literally not alive,
Yeah.
like a previous partner. It's hard because they're an idealized version. It's like they're you can't actually compete with them because they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
So all that you have is an idealized memory, right? But that's why moving forward with counseling, with therapy, can maybe help break down this grief into something that's actually digestible for OP's partner. And then he can move forward without this being this like, all right, well, I have her up on this pedestal that no one else can touch. Because that also is unfair for OP to have that sitting in the back of her brain, regardless of if it was said in a bad way or not. It's like, they're going to have to figure out how to, break that down into something that can be,
Oh, it'll be tough.
Ugh.
That's a lot of
workable.
therapy. Back to the story. I told him I loved him as well. And I've never not loved him for even a second. And that I wasn't angry with him. And I didn't want to be, I guess. And I didn't want to, I guess, suffer for what he said. But I was just hurt and needed him to know that it did hurt me and him to respond how he saw fit. And we'd go from there. That's all for now. I couldn't possibly answer more questions here if you have any. If I didn't address your question, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Have a nice weekend, everyone. And thank you again. And thank you for your lovely story. I hope things work out. But that is the end of that one.
I have hope for that one. I have a lot of hope for that one.
Me too.
It seems like they both want to work on it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. I think that the love is real. That was, of course, you're going to question it after you hear
let's talk about the
something like
trauma. Let's talk about why you said this. I think it's good.
I think it's healthy.
I think they'll be healthy. And then, especially when Opie said, oh, I'm not doing this for the kids. Because that's a bad excuse. Like, I'm just doing it for the kids. I'm out of this relationship now.
Yeah, no,
I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing this for a relationship.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. Cool. Well, that
wow.
is the end of that story. And guys, we have the one, the only, the beautiful John.
Maybe
Wait,
only
John from the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
a minute and 45 seconds of John.
Guys, are you gonna keep me or are you gonna let me go? Are you gonna let me go? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen today? That is really the
What
question
is going to happen today?
of the hour and the century.
This would be the
that we're all
ultimate
curious to know.
curveball. If this stream ends in a minute and a half, I won't know
donos?
what to think ever again.
All right, ladies
Here
and
we
gentlemen.
go, folks.
We're gonna read some donos for you real quick,
I'm
and
gonna
we'll
give
see
all
if in
these
this.
to you.
All right, let's go. Thank you from the Auntie Vix Mix for 5 gifted memberships, growing the family. Are you freaking kidding me? That's amazing. Love you, Auntie Vix Mix. Little Bell Blue rather sent 8 Australian bucks. What's the movie where the husband fakes his death and frames her for it while on a boat?
Oh, isn't that Death on the Nile or something like that? Or Murder on the Nile?
Yeah.
It's Murder on the Nile or something like that?
Denial on a Brile.
Yeah.
And Lick Your Face, wow, has donated $10. You make my ears happy. That's one of these 3 gentlemen because I just stepped in the room.
Yes.
I'm sure you make ears happy, John.
Yeah. Simply Rain, we love you platonically, John. Thank you. Mutual.
Yes.
Absolutely mutual.
That's great.
You all know my middle name.
John, IHAG.
That's right.
I have a girlfriend.
That's correct, Amundo. Yeah, guys, what's up, Miss Mama Liz? What's up, Bad Kitty? What's up, Simply Rain? What's up, Bethany? What's up, Coffee Girl? Guys, we're running out here. we're gonna give it another few seconds. For sure.
I mean,
I think
is
people
crazy.
Dude,
I
what
think
did we
the chat's
do?
asking if we did Annette's spin the wheel. We did. So if you
well,
weren't
no,
here
they
earlier,
were we did it Nets. Some people were saying that Hannah's was a double wheel because it was 1.5, but I don't believe that's what we do. And we did that on the very first day of wheel spin while we were figuring out how the Mr. E wheel was going to work.
Indeed.
Wow. I'm stunned.
Are we here?
Are
we here? We've got all the donos, all of our shout outs, all of our
that's it.
I mean,
all of our everything.
do we?
Vix Mix,
We just got one more from Vix Mix.
and I think
That's
Auntie
about
Vix
to
Mix.
come out. What'd you say, Auntie? We're about to read it.
Oh,
Oh, we just got one more from Miss Mama Liz.
it's coming out now.
Wanna grab that bad boy?
Miss Mama Liz, thank you for the $5. No hate, Dakota. It's the week of love, baby.
Oh,
Ooh,
The week
love,
of
baby?
love, baby.
I want
Yep.
love, baby. Wait,
That it
don't
is.
tell Cowardly that.
Oh, because it's Valentine's Day week.
mhm.
Yes.
The whole week.
Gotcha.
The whole week.
I don't think I've actually
I
been
don't
a
have
hater at
time
all
for
this
that.
episode. I've been
I
nothing
can't say
but a
that
lover.
you have.
You
I can't say
can.
that you have.
You can say that.
All right.
That's
All
right.
Wow.
All right.
Do it, John.
Well, ladies
John,
and
that was
gentlemen,
such a good story, John. Wow, you did so great.
I know. I
You-
came in and then people said no
he came,
more.
he came, he saw, he conquered.
There we go in 2 minutes. So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
see you
We
tomorrow.
got one more.
One more. We're gonna
But
read.
that's it.
Grinder spoons. Don't let it end with the $2. We're so sorry. We love y'all. See you very soon.
And
We're getting
another one.
more.
Oh.
The movie's Double Jeopardy.
The movie's Double Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy.
Jaded Gaming.
Grinder Spoon says, "Don't let it end." Also, I have a little note because I've seen one of our members, Bad Kitty, is always talking about how they can't get a membership. There's apparently an option you have to turn on in your settings to accept gifts.
Yep.
And if that is turned off, you cannot get a gifted membership. So if you're looking for one or you're like,
YouTube
why haven't
gifting.
I gotten one yet in any of the storms that we've had, that might be why. Just wanted to put that out there.
Huge pro tip.
Jared Gaming, thank you for the $2 and the Double Jeopardy spoons. And we had D super chatting $1.25. Thank you, D. And with that,
That's it, guys.
we are at 0 on the clock.
That's right.
All right.
And John, you've given the people the best 2 minutes of their life.
We did.
I
did
don't
all
think
we
so.
could
I
do.
think somebody else claims that. But
We did
all
all we
right.
could do.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Love, 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 love.